And we are back here on Coventry United match day with Liam. Home game for Coventry United here at Spinks Drive. So far from a memorable one, with the Red and Greens drawing 0-0 with Loughborough Students. One opportunity of note for the Red and Greens so far, a close range effort, well saved from about 4 yards out. Josh O'Grady just about saved by Conor O'Keefe, but I'll say, apart from that, there hasn't really been that much to sing and shout about. Hopefully better to come in the second half. We can give Spinks Drive the send-off that it deserves after 2 years of magnificent matches and brilliant memories. Let's take you through the half-time scores from elsewhere before we get back into the action here at Spinks Drive. The match between Middlesbrough and Arsenal, the only encounter in the Premier League today. The kicks off at 8 o'clock. In the Championship, Fulham 1, Aston Villa 1, Barnsley 1, Brentford 1, Birmingham 0, Burton 1. It's a big scoreline for the Brewers as they seek to avoid relegation, as is this one. Blackburn 0, Bristol City 1 at Ewood Park. Brighton 1, Wigan 0. As things stand, all Brighton need to go up today is for Derby to beat Huddersfield. And the way that Huddersfield have been faltering recently, you wouldn't bet against it. So as it stands, Brighton could go up today. Cardiff 0, Nottingham Forest 0, Ipswich 1, Newcastle 0. What's happened to Newcastle recently? Leeds 0, Wolves 1, Preston 0, Norwich 2, QPR 1, Sheffield Wednesday 2, and Reading 0, Rotherham 1. Of course, Rotherham already down. Derby versus Huddersfield kicks off at 5 o'clock. In League 1, one final score to bring you: Sheffield United 3, Bradford City 0. Of course, Sheffield United already up as champions from League 1. Wimbledon 0, Peterborough 0, Bristol Rovers 0, Oldham 0, Charlton 2, Gillingham 0, Fleetwood 1, Millwall 0, Northampton 1, Shrewsbury 0, Oxford 1, Port Vale 0, Rochdale 1, Coventry City 0. Ian Henderson heaping yet more misery on already relegated Coventry. Scunthorpe 2, Chesterfield 0, and there's 0-0 scorelines between Southend and MK Dons and Walsall and Swindon. In League 2, one final score to bring you: Cheltenham 2, Grimsby 1, Russell Slade's first defeat in charge of his new club. Accrington 0, Crawley 0, Barnet 0, Wickham 1, Cambridge 1, Exeter 0, Carlisle 0, Stevenage 0, Doncaster 0, Blackpool 0, Leyton Orient 2, Hartlepool 1, Mansfield 1, Luton 0, Morecambe 0, Colchester 1, Notts County 0, Portsmouth 1, Plymouth 2, Newport 0, and Yeovil 2, Crewe 0. So those are the half-time scores and a couple of final scores as well from the games around the country. Today's show here on Coventry United Matchday, sponsored as always by our good friends at Graham the Plumbers Merchant, operating across the Midlands, supplying all your bathroom, heating and plumbing needs. So go and check out grahamplumbersmerchant.co.uk. That's grahamplumbersmerchant.co.uk for store locations and the latest special offers. The starting lineups for Coventry United are as follows: number 1, Rich Morris. Number 2, Scott Hammond. 3, Ben Valance. Number 4 is Rob Prinzel. Number 5, Lewis Ison. 6, Jamie Coleman. 7, Josh O'Grady. And number 8 is Jean de Corey. 9, Muzzy and Duna. 10, Jimmy Holton. And 11 is Tommy Glasgow. And on the bench, Reece Snape, Ryan McQuanjay, Courtney Cameron, Pierre Mudim and Jack Tragartha. We haven't been given the numbers for the subs yet, but I'm sure we'll know who they are when they come on. And for Loughborough Students, number 1, Conor O'Keefe. 2, Luke Trotman. 3, Alex Dinsmore. 4, Joe Jackson. 5, Daniel Brennan. 6, Tom Rankin. 7, Jack Poxon. 8, Elliot Legg. 9, Ben Ward Cochran. 10, Matt Crooks. And 11, Andy Bridge. On the bench for the Scholars, number 12, Jack Langford. 14, Matt Stock. 15, Alex Johnson. And 17, Jake King. So those are the starting lineups for Coventry United and Loughborough Students, as we welcome the students back onto the pitch at Spinks Drive. The final 45 minutes of football for the Red and Greens as the home team at this brilliant little ground. Of course, the move to the Butts Park Arena is all signed, sealed and delivered. We'll be moving there in August of this year as the new MFL Premier Division season kicks off in just over 3 months' time. Coventry United currently in 7th place in the Premier Division. not going anywhere fast. As we said there, this is the first season that the Red and Greens have not gone up. In the previous 3 seasons in football, they have been promoted at the end of it. Of course, last season, jubilant scenes as United won Division 1, which this year has been won by Bromsgrove. And by the way, massive congratulations to the fans and players, everyone associated with Bromsgrove Sporting on their promotion to the Premier Division. We'll see you at the Butts Park Arena next season. Of course, Loughborough are hoping to stay in the Premier Division. They could do 3 points a day to make sure that happens. It's far from a done deal. Oh, Coventry United just wanting to finish above their local rivals. Coventry Spinks 4 points ahead of their city rivals as the second half here at Spinks Drive is underway. The final 45 minutes of football as Coventry United kick from left to right where we are. Here's Joe Jackson. Elliot Legg, poor control, allows Tommy Glasgow to win it back. Here's Nduno, who seems to be playing at right wing back at the moment. Ison, under pressure, puts it out off the leg of Andy Bridge. It seems Hammond has switched over to the left side. Are you actually going for a wing back formation, or is Nduno going to just normal right back, and is Hammond pushing up the left wing while O'Grady's now on the right hand side? It's got ahead of O'Grady, that throw. It's flicked on by Prunsel, only as far as leg, punted forward towards Crooks. Coleman gets a header on it. Hammond. Valance up line. Holton, pressure from behind by Brennan. It's given Loughborough the ball back. Here come Loughborough students. Rob Prince to get the challenge in on Poxon and bring the ball back to the Red and Greens, and to put out a play for a Coventry United throw by Elliot Legg. Well, very limited opportunities so far for either side. Loughborough have had the chances more in terms of quantity, but in terms of quality, that's been towards Coventry United's side. That throw has gone straight out of play. Coventry United have given away a throw into Loughborough, well into their own territory. Legg. Across the field now to Tom Rankin. Rankin's ball towards the right-hand side. Nodded on into the penalty area towards Crooks. Up rather than out by Coleman, and Decory puts it back into danger. Bridge couldn't get on the end of it though, and Muzzy and Duna able to find Josh O'Grady, who's forced back into danger by Alex Dinsmore, but not for long. Well played by Josh O'Grady as he punts it towards the right hand side and gives Muzzy and Duna time to get on the ball, and he slips and he gives it back to Alex Dinsmore. Jackson tried to put it down the left wing, blocked well by O'Grady. Ison will pick up the pieces, and Muzzy and Duna will try and hold off Dinsmore. He does, and Lewis Ison blasts that one away. Holton gives chase. And nodded back to the goalkeeper O'Keefe by Brennan, as Jimmy Holton looked to cause some problems in the Loughborough penalty area. Striding away now is Andrew Bridge, the top scorer for the students. Picked up in the midfield by Jack Poxon. Good challenge there by Jean Decory, appealing for a foul. Referee says no. Holton was in an offside position. Decory couldn't pass to him, but that's a free kick given to Coventry United now for a foul by Jack Poxon on Jean Decory, and a real opportunity now for Coventry United. They have got a provident set-piece taker in their midst in Josh O'Grady. We haven't seen too many opportunities for O'Grady this season from set-pieces, one of which, though, was put away on the opening day of the season back in the FA Cup in August. How a set-piece spectacular by Josh O'Grady would go down here at Spinks Drive. He's setting it up against a three-man wall. O'Grady, and that is not what we come to expect from Mr. Set Piece himself, but it's what we've got this time. It's gone straight over the crossbar, out for a goal kick. We haven't seen the best of O'Grady in any department this season. 30 plus goals last time out. He's only just got to 10 this season. Brennan puts it out for a throw-in. Straight into the Willie Nibs stand here at Spinks Drive, a stand that the Coventry United fans will only be sitting in for another 40 minutes. Quite sad when you think about it. As Rich Morris punts it clear, only onto the head of Elliot Legg. But there's no one there except for Valance for Coventry United, and he'll let that one go out for a goal kick despite the best efforts of Ben Ward-Cochran. Morris plays it short to Ison. Closed down by Bridge. He's just about able to find Decory, but it's gone past Decory and picked up by Elliot Legg. Oh, and he put it towards the edge of the penalty area, but Crooks couldn't control it, and it's going into the hands of Rich Morris. All four by Rich Morris, one in the air by Brennan. Played forward towards the right-hand side, but Valence clears it only as far as Bridge. Jackson, Poxon, now Legg. Little push in the back there by Rob Prinzel, but a strike, powerful strike towards goal by Legg. Blocked well by the gut of Jamie Coleman. Ison skips around two Loughborough players and gets it out of danger. Prinzel, ball down the left-hand side for Hammond. He'll just keep that in, will he? He will. Good work from Hammond to keep it in. Just across, it's blocked by the head of Trotman. Poxon strides away with the ball. He's got Ward Cochran for company and he finds him. Striding forward, Tom Rankin. Now it's Bridge. Offside called by the referee on the far side. Bridge going a little too early. Free kick taken quickly by O'Grady. Now Lewis Ison. Punted forward towards Jimmy Holton. Holton does well to control it. Glasgow tries to get to the loose ball, but is beaten. Dinsmore tries to find Crooks in the area, and he's struck it straight into the shins of Rich Morris as the goalkeeper came towards the edge of his box to get it away. And it's gone out for a Loughborough throw on the left-hand side, level with the penalty area. A real opportunity for the Scarlets to get in front here. A new ball has been brought onto the pitch. It's going to be taken by Jack Poxon. Poxon's throw into danger over the head of Brennan. Valence hits it out of the box. Now Hamill will try and take it clear. And he puts it out for a throw-in on the halfway line when Holton was making a forward run. But in all fairness, the long balls from United today have been poor to say the least. The ideas have been good, the execution hasn't. Brennan. Long ball forward. Coleman heads it away. Prinzel flicks it over his head. Looking for Jimmy Holton, it's only found Brennan. But once again, poor passing from Loughborough. But Valence forced to slide it out of play under pressure from Ben Ward-Cochran. It's another throw into Loughborough. Brennan. Legg. Wings it to Trotman. Did that brush off the hand? Well, Decory was calling for it. Crossing opportunity. And that's gone out of play for a goal kick. Loughborough calling for a corner. But Matt Crooks couldn't keep it in. And Coventry United will regroup with the goal kick. And some harsh words from Luke Morton there, the Coventry United assistant manager. And we can see Courtney Cameron striding down the wing, getting some warmth into his legs. Could well be seeing him coming off the bench. He's been out for a couple of weeks after trudging off the pitch, injured against Wolfrunians. Here's Josh O'Grady. And Duna making the overlapping run. It cuts in. Holton under pressure from behind. And that's put it out for a Coventry United throw. Good work from Holton to put it off the leg of Joe Jackson. And now Nduna waits for an option. And Ison saying to Nduna, put it down, this is mine. Ison gets set for another long throw, spectacular. Will it cause Loughborough any sort of problems? Goes into the air towards the head of Rob Prinzel. Prinzel beaten in the air. It might come down for Josh O'Grady. Hook clear by Bridge. Glasgow brings it back. Muzzy and Nduna tries to find O'Grady on the edge of the area. Josh O'Grady strike block well. Trotman heads it away. Decory tries to bring it back for Coventry United and does so just about. Valence though, good tackle. Well, it looked like a good tackle, but the referee's given a foul. And Coventry United with a free kick. A couple of yards north of the semicircle. Inside of the Loughborough students' half. Joshua Gray is going to take a long one towards the penalty area. Prinzel, Ison, Holton and Hammond all in there. And it's straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. It's not the best set piece you'll see. Long throw from Conor O'Keefe, picked up on the right-hand side by Jack Poxon. Poxon, lovely long ball. Brought down to earth by Alex Dinsmore, striding forward, unopposed. He's got Andy Bridge to his left, finds the top scorer, and Duna comes across to try and make a noose of himself, overlapping river from Dinsmore, but still Bridge. Now Elliot Legg, the captain, under pressure from Rob Prinzel, wings it to the right-hand side. Luke Trotman. Poxon. Rankin. Loughborough seemingly with nowhere to go, and John Decory digging and pulling at the back of Rankin. Referee says no foul, and Holton slides in on Rankin and gives away the free kick. And some criticism there from Conor O'Keefe to his left back Alex Dinsmore. And here is the left back. Dinsmore strides forward. O'Grady tries to block his path. Bridges on the left hand side waiting for it, but the cross is put in and it's easily gathered by Ben Valance, who hoofs it clear. Chest control from Holton at the long ball. Glass goes up there with him. Pushing the back there by Daniel Brennan. Referee says no foul. Dinsmore waiting for an option. He's not closed down there despite two United men being close to him. Ward Cochrane tried to find Bridges and Iceland with a crucial challenge, and Muzzy Nduna punts it away. But once again, it's given the ball back to Loughborough. Safety first from Muzzy Nduna, trying to get the ball away from United's penalty area. You can't really blame him for that, but it's not the way they're going to score. Daniel Brennan strides forward from centre-back. Now Ward Cochrane. Coleman forces him away and back into Loughborough territory. Joe Jackson. Option towards the left-hand side, and Andy Bridges doesn't choose him, and he's giving it instead to Tom Rankin. Across to Elliot Legg, who seems to be playing it right back at the moment as Trotman trots forward. Rankin well tackled by Valance, and Elliot Legg clinging on to Valance as he ran past the Loughborough skipper. And that's a free kick to Coventry United just in front of the home dugout. And there's going to be two changes for the red and greens, it appears. And one of them's Courtney Cameron. The other one, trying to figure out who that is. I think that's Rhys Snape. Indeed it is. That's Rhys Snape, the Coventry United under-21 striker. He's scored a bag full of goals this season. Jimmy Holton's done his best up front, but hasn't really had a chance to strike one at goal, because the passing, quite frankly, has been terrible from United. Morris's long ball to the edge of the area. A spectacular from Scott Hammond. Well, it's certainly not the worst of it we've seen today, but it wasn't the best either. Overhead kick over the crossbar. And Josh O'Grady's day is over. The man who scored 45 goals last season makes his way off the pitch, and Jimmy Holton's also coming off. So O'Grady and Holton off, Snape and Cameron on. And I think that's definitely the right call from Terry Anderson. They need that little extra spark up front. Sadly for O'Grady, he didn't put in a good enough shift today. Cameron's back from injury. And Rhys Snape gets another chance to shine up front. He's scored once in the league this season from the bench. Let's see what he can do now. After a little spell away from the first team, as the under-21s focus on their title bid. Coleman gets his head to it, but only as far as Poxon, and Morris couldn't get across to it, but luckily for him it went wide anyway. I think Morris underestimated that one. But it remains at 0-0 as we head towards the hour mark. Half an hour still to play at Spinks Drive. Coventry United 0, Loughborough Students 0. But will the changes implemented by Terry Anderson a couple of minutes ago with Cameron and Snape coming on, will they inject that little spark up front that Coventry United need? Morris's kick taken. Should be an easy one for Legg. In fact, no, Princel's got there first. Controlled well by Courtney Cameron, but a good tackle from behind by Dinsmore. Bridge, no one there as he tries to find an option on the right hand side. Valance intercepts. Now Muzzy Nduna for Coventry United. Tries the ball forward to Tommy Glasgow, who seems to be taking up a central role. Prinzel nodded on. Once again looking for Glasgow, but he's not there. Jackson. Only finds Nduna. Glasgow, now Cameron. The ball being juggled about in the midfield by both sides. It's like a hot potato. Ben Valence tries it down the line to Hammond. It's gone past Hammond, but it's found his under 21 partner, Reece Snape. Snape forced down the line, but he's found Scott Hammond. Tries to find Rob Prinzel, and a good interception made by Elliot Legg. Side challenge from Prinzel. Has caught Legg. The referee tried to allow play on, but Legg ultimately lost the ball. And it will be a free kick. I think Prinzel did catch him there as he tried to make his way into United territory. Ward Cochran takes it around Jean Decour, but Decour held him up just enough for Ison to pick up the loose ball. Glasgow, winged by Courtney Cameron. He's got Dinsmore for company. He's got to try and beat him here. Now Andy Bridge joins the party. Crossfield ball to Rob Prinzel. Takes it around Legg, sets him up for the shot. It's Rob Prinzel straight into the backside of a Loughborough defender. But Decour brings it back. Out to the left side where Scott Hammond is waiting. Corner kick, Coventry United. That's much better from Coventry United. As they get set for the corner kick, it's going to be taken by Courtney Cameron. The box being crowded. Every United player inside Loughborough's half, although Ben Valence is right on the halfway line. Cameron's delivery, nodded on by Ison, and into the roof of the net. It remains scoreless. As Conor O'Keefe sets up the goal kick. So we have got less than half an hour to go now at Spinks Drive, the final day of play at this great little ground for Coventry United as the home team. So we're saying goodbye to Spinks Drive and hello to the Butts Park Arena after today, with 2 away games rounding off the season. Against AFC Wolfrunians at the Castlecroft Stadium on Saturday, and then a week on Saturday it will be over to Boldmere St Michael's for the final chapter of a historic season for Coventry United. And that's a free kick to the Red and Greens just inside Loughborough's half, as I think it was Prinzel was impeded by Daniel Brennan. Second half certainly has been an improvement on the first, but it's still not been a feast of football that we've been used to with Coventry United. Jamie Coleman lines this one up. It's not a regular set piece there, he just wants to punch it as far towards the penalty area that he can. The skipper puts his laces through it. It's towards Rob Prinzel. It bounces around the penalty area and caught well by Conor O'Keefe, who quickly dispatches it to the right hand side. Oh, lovely shimmy past Scott Hammond. But Prince there to get the challenge in on Ward Cochran. Puts it through for Tommy Glasgow. Glasgow, he's got past one. Couldn't get past the second. Now he's held up. He's found Courtney Cameron. Puts it through the legs of Joe Jackson. He's forced towards the right hand side. Can he get the cross in? It's still Courtney Cameron, and Dude's behind him. Cameron's cross blocked, and after a throw into Coventry United. Much better from the Red and Greens. Attacking intent by the bucket load, it seems. Now Lewis Ison gets one of his jet-propelled throw-ins ready. Into the area towards the head of Rob Prinzel. Beaten in the air. It might come down for Tommy Glasgow, and the ball was taken away from him by Legg. A hurried clearance should be brought down to earth by Ben Valence, who hooks it away. It bounces to Scott Hammond. Tries to nod it on for Snape, but Brennan will deal with it and play it back to O'Keefe. Keeper's clearance. Valence jumps for it, and he finds Lewis Ison. Good work from Coventry United. And Nduna, he's got Cameron out wide. Finds Courtney Cameron. It's put out of play by Dinsmore for a Coventry United throw. Taken quickly by Nduna. Chest control from Glasgow. It's Nduna once again. He's forced back onto the halfway line. Now it's Jean Decour in the centre circle. Valence. And he's given the ball straight back to Loughborough. Ben Ward Cochran trying to run onto it. Let's play back into United's penalty area where Rich Morris will deal with it. Towards the head of Prinzel. Prinzel jumps for it, gets a head on it. And look at that. Brennan was all over the back of Reece Snape there. That's got to be a yellow card. Not only was he jumping on the back of Snape to get to the ball, he missed the ball. Snape turned and would have been clean for own goal if it weren't for Daniel Brennan holding on to him. And clear as day, that is a bookable offence. The referee's going to take action here. And that is one of the clearest yellow cards you'll ever see. As Courtney Cameron lines up this free kick. For most people, you'd say it's a little bit too far out for a shot. Courtney Cameron will say, "Pah, watch this." We've seen him strike them from long range before, rather successfully as well. United keeping two men back in Valence and Coleman. In case of the counter-attack from Loughborough, they want to be safe. Chip ball into the air by Courtney Cameron and easily headed away by Brennan. But it's brought back down to earth by Cameron. Tries to wing it to Scott Hound. It's deflected. Will it go out of play for a goal kick? It will go out for a Coventry United throw. Trotman thought he'd let it go out for a goal kick. Then just pats it away. As he was going to go back to his position, but in fact he's put it out for a throw. It hadn't got out at all. Ison's delivery towards Prindle. Prindle's being held there and O'Keefe puts it out for a corner kick. And the United fans behind the goal rallying behind their boys. Less than 25 minutes to go. As the Red and Greens search for a winner. Cameron puts it in towards the near post. Ison beaten to the ball, but it will still be alive with Courtney Cameron. Okay, take it around Ward Cochrane. He tried to, the side challenge well made, and it will go out for another Coventry United corner. Hopefully this one will be a better delivery. And United's coaching staff urging Cameron to put some more metal into it, put some more power behind that corner. It was easily dealt with at the near post last time. It's going to be Cameron's delivery. It's in towards Prindle, headed away. Glasgow tries to keep it alive. It's Tommy Glasgow. He can't get the space to utilise that ball, then it's hooked away. And now the counter-attack is on. Well, it was until Ben Vance got his head to it. Now it's Muzzy and Duna. Waits for an option. He's got Decory to his left, finds Jean Decory, lets the ball run. Past Poxon. Now it's Tommy Glasgow. Turns. Strikes, and well saved by Conor O'Keefe. In a way, I'm happy that didn't go in because Rich Morris just said to me, "This is going in, I'm going to slide tackle you." And knowing Rich like I do, he weren't lying. Ison with a little push there in the back of Ben Ward Cochrane, but it's handball against the striker instead. And Loughborough telling their players they need 110% from everyone. They are not safe. They are 2 points above the relegation zone with still another 2 games to play after this one. So in terms of their league season, these points are essential. For Coventry United, not so much. But they'd still like to see their Sphinx Drive time out with a win and 3 pointers. They won't get a goal here as Rob Prindle forces one of the Loughborough players down in the penalty area. And it will be a free kick to Loughborough. And there's going to be a substitution. And coming off is Ben Ward Cochrane. And coming on is going to be number 12, Jack Langford. So the first change of the match for the Scholars. United, of course, already made 2 changes with Snape and Courtney Cameron coming on. And despite the lack of goals, there's still quite a few smiles around Sphinx Drive. Everyone's in party mood towards the end of the season. United's final home game of the season. 2 away matches to see off the campaign coming up in the next couple of weeks. Here's Matt Crooks. Dinsmore turns out of the challenge from Courtney Cameron. Squares it for Tom Rankin. He lets it go for Legg, who seems to be playing more of a defensive role at the moment. Elliot Legg, long ball forward towards Crooks. Coleman beats him in the air. Another slide challenge to make sure that ball isn't coming back. Hammond, hoofed away by Ben Balance. Good defensive work there from Coventry United, but it has drifted out of play for a throw to Loughborough. 20 minutes of play to go, still no score. We've only ever had one 0-0 draw in the history of Coventry United match day, in the 18 months that we've been here at United. Here's Rankin. Snape forces him to put the ball back into defence. And doing as well to block the attempted pass from Poxon. Hammond tripped by Elliot Legg. He retained the ball, but the referee has given the free kick. And Rich Morris telling his teammates to leave it. This is going to be the goalkeeper's ball. Or is it? I think Valence has taken it a little bit further forward. No, in fact, Valence is going to leave it. Well, only for Jamie Coleman. Morris was coming forward, saying his teammates he was going to take it, but now Jamie Coleman's going to take it. I think he's got the taste for set pieces now to take it one earlier. Boots it towards the right hand side of the penalty area, and it was a pretty good pass. Well, it would have been, as Courtney Cameron was going to pick up the ball, and it was a little bit of a shoulder barge by Elliot Legg, which allowed the ball to go out of play for a throw to Loughborough. Cameron, of course, leaving it, thinking that it was going to be a free kick. Dinsmore, from up line, met in the air by Muzzy and Duna. Volleyed clear by today's skipper, Jamie Coleman. Brought down to earth by Snape. Heavy first touch. Allows Rankin to bring it back, but a good challenge made by Scott Hammond. Hammond towards the penalty area. Still going Scott Hammond. It's still Hammond. Out wide now to Courtney Cameron. Can he get the shot away? Across the box. Now to Corey. United forced towards the centre circle. To Corey to Cameron. Tommy Glasgow, he's got some space to get a shot away. He lays it off for Scott Hammond. Hammond to Glasgow. Glasgow in the box, and a little stumble there from Glasgow allows Conor O'Keefe to grab onto the loose ball and end the danger. Well, O'Keefe hasn't been called into action as many times as he was in the reverse fixture at the University of Loughborough Stadium, that amazing £3 million complex at the University of Loughborough. But he still has been called into action a couple of times to make some routine saves, and a point-blank pluck out of the air from Josh O'Grady striking the first couple of minutes. As we head towards the full-time whistle, we'll be naming our Coventry United Matchday Man of the Match in just under 20 minutes' time. So just under 10 minutes' time, I should say. We'll be naming our Man of the Match with 10 minutes to go, as the ball drifts out of play. And it will be a throw-in. And doing a short to Courtney Cameron. Cameron long ball looking for Reece Snape, beaten in the air, as you'd expect by the much stronger and bigger Daniel Brennan. Dinsmore. Now it's with Andrew Bridge. Up line. Matt Crooks, can he take it around Ison? No, he can't. Good challenge there by Lewis Ison, and Duna plays it back into the box with Rich Morris. Can Duna keep it in? He could have done, but he's let it go out for a Loughborough throw, taken quickly by Bridge. And then John Corey gets in there, well, to take the ball away from Jack Poxon. Ison. Out wide to Courtney Cameron. Now Glasgow. United boxed in on the right-hand side. Not for long, as Glasgow makes his way out of the sea of white shirts. But Coleman slips and gives the ball straight back to Matt Crooks. It's Crooks one-on-one with Morris, and it's just wide. And Ison hoofs it away. And Duna keeps it in, but what a chance that was. And the ball's coming back, as Loughborough make inroads on the box once again. Langford. Out wide by Legg towards Luke Trotman. That's the danger over. Well, not for long. Langford. Crooks going to the ground in the penalty area. Referee says no. And Tommy Glasgow will end the danger. Valance plays it back into Rich Morris's penalty area, and the goalkeeper hoofs that one away. Cameron nods it on. He's also got a touch off the head of Andrew Bridges. And that will be a Loughborough throw-in around the halfway line as we enter the final 15 minutes of play. Doesn't appear United are getting any further changes ready on the bench. The same going for Loughborough as well. Now side check from behind by Ben Valance. Referee says play on, but a stumble from Jack Poxon. The advantage is gone, but Loughborough still with the ball. Leg. And cleared well by Jamie Coleman after a good turn from Andy Bridge. Loughborough cranking up the heat on Coventry United's back line. As we're into the final 15 minutes, Loughborough starting to take control. United have had a 10-minute spell of pressure. Now it's time for Loughborough to give it a go. As Poxon hoofs that one towards the box. Across the face of goal, and Decory should clear this one. He's got a little bit of time. Now it's Reece Snape. Hammond making the run on the left-hand side. Good side challenge, though, by Joe Jackson. Now Loughborough try to make their way towards the penalty area. Flicked on by Crooks. Crucial header by Coleman. Valance. Blasted away. It's kept in. Snape. Good challenge by Trotman. Brings it back to the students. Now it's Joe Jackson. He's got Dinsmore to the left of him. Plays it up line towards Bridge, but Nduna gets there first. Nduna, can he take it around Dinsmore? He's got Bridge behind him. He lays it off for Courtney Cameron. Glasgow making the run forward, but it's across the pitch to Rob Prinzel. Flicked over by Prinzel as Trotman was making his way towards him. Prinzel pressured into the mistake. It's gone out for a goal kick. Let's get the latest score now from Scotland. And I can tell you that Rochdale are now 2-0 up against Coventry City. It goes from bad to worse for the Sky Blues. Life in League 2 awaits for Mark Robbins' team. Throw into Loughborough to be taken by Trotman. Punted away by Rob Prinzel, and it's going to be another throw in virtually the same position. Trotman to take it again in front of the Coventry United dugout. A 0-0 would not be the way to end a brilliant 2 years at Spinks Drive for Coventry United. Ball down line for Crooks. Coleman lets that one go. But mind you, we are no strangers to late drama here at Spinks Drive, as we showed you some highlights earlier of the game against Nuneaton Griff, and also the late winner against Coventry Spinks last month. Late goals are certainly not rare here. United will need another one to take all 3 points and avoid just their second blank scoreline of the season. And the second blank scoreline of Coventry United matchday's history. Punted forward by Coleman, looking for Prinzel. Loughborough won it back momentarily, but Glasgow plays it back to Valance. It's Glasgow again, takes it around Poxon, tries to find Courtney Cameron on the right. Crucial touch from Bridge, takes it away. Dinsmore, long ball towards Crooks. Valance only finds Elliot Legg. Bridge is making the run down the left-hand side, but it's now on the right with Tom Rankin. Good challenge from Valance. Rankin not giving up. Side challenge, keeps it in, but Valance will deal with that one. Plenty of time. Plays it back to Rich Morris. And he's put it straight out for a throw. And Morris isn't happy with that one at all. He's not happy with himself. No one else warming up for Coventry United, so you would assume this is going to be the team to round off this game. And the same for, well, there's one person warming up for Loughborough, but we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Throwing into the penalty area. Brennan nods it onto an easy catch for Rich Morris, and it is. I've got to say, there's not going to be many highlights of this game. Dinsmore. Dinsmore tries to clear it up line. Handball claims ignored by the referee. Coleman punts it forward once again for Coventry United, looking for Reece Snape. Beaten in the air, offside against Snape. Well, in 1 minute's time, we're going to name our Coventry United Matchday Man of the Match. And the referee said the ball was moving when the free kick was taken, and it's going to have to be taken again. Here's Jackson. Brennan strides away from the back line. Still going, Brennan. Hammond comes across to try and take the ball off him. A slide challenge from Hammond brings down the big number 5. And Brennan sprints straight into the penalty area, ready for this free kick to be taken by Jack Poxon. Chances are going to be few and far between now and the final 10 minutes of play. Puxton's ball into the penalty area towards the far post where Brennan is waiting. Brennan gets his head to it, and the referee is called for a foul. And Coventry United will regroup with a set piece inside Morris's penalty area. Now going to name our Coventry United matchday man of the match, and we're going to give it to United's central midfielder returning to the first team lineup today. It's going to be Jean de Corey, with some amazing tackling work and good defensive pressure, keeping United's blank scoreline in check. So Jean de Corey, our man of the match today, here on Coventry United Matchday, the final man of the match at Spinks Drive. As the home team, at least we will be back here next season for the derby game against Coventry Spinks. Looking forward to that one. Ison slips as he tries to clear. He's given the ball back to Loughborough, but luckily Scott Hammond makes the interception. But Glasgow caught in possession. Trotman again. Rankin. Leg. Deflected off Ben Valance. And Coleman puts it out for a Coventry United throw off Puxton. The body of the Loughborough number 7 blocking the ball. It goes behind the Willie Nibs stand for a throw. Coleman hoops it up line, looking for Rob Prinzel. Prinzel gets his head to it up despite having his arm held. Glasgow puts it out for another United throw, this time off the leg of Langford, the Loughborough substitutes. Valance's throw towards Hammond, brought down by the young winger. He's dispossessed by Leg, but only as far as Valance. Punts it forward, looking for Snape, but Braddon's there once again. Handball claims against Trotman, and the referee agrees. Free kick to the Red and Greens. United keeping one man back. I mean that two now as Decore's made his way into the centre circle. Cameron's free kick towards Rob Prinzel. Prinzel's brought it down. Rob Prinzel, and Keith scrambles across the goal to smother that one. Best chance we've had in a while as the clock ticks towards the final whistle. And now here come Loughborough with Puxton. Real opportunity for Loughborough to get the cross in here. Crooks was stopped well by Glasgow as he made his way into the penalty area. Clearance straight to the head of Trotman. But Decore's got it back, punts it forward, looking for Reece Snape. Brennan nods it towards the byline. It will be a Coventry United throw in front of the away dugout. Well, both sides want the 3 points, but neither want to commit to too many attacks in fear of being caught on the counter. Here's Ben Valance now for Coventry United. Strides down the left-hand side, Leg with the challenge, and puts it out for a Coventry United throw yet again, this time halfway into Loughborough territory. Lewis Ison to take this throw. There it goes. Towards the head of Prinzel. Over Prinzel and headed away by Brennan. And as far as Hammond. But Rankin gets that one away. But Decory brings it back. Cameron to Nduna. Nduna looking for some space. Tries to put it through for Glasgow, and it now invites Loughborough to go on the counter. Well, that is until our man of the match, Jean de Corey, made the challenge and brought it back to United. Oh, lovely little switch there by Courtney Cameron, and Nduna is tripped. And it will be a free kick to Coventry United. As that was the substitute, Jack Langford. And the referee not going to take any further action, but this could be all the punishment that Loughborough need as Courtney Cameron sizes up another set piece to whip it in from the right-hand side. It's towards Jamie Coleman. Coleman's header! And it's just over the crossbar. Was that the moment? Coleman couldn't quite keep his header down. And it remains at 0-0 with 5 minutes to go. O'Keefe finds Jackson. Now it's back to O'Keefe. Snape's right behind him. He has to get that ball away sharpish. And then Duna gets his head to it. But it will be a throw-in to Loughborough. United putting the students under pressure now. And there is going to be another change. United are going to make a third change. It's going to be Muzzy and Duna coming off and Pierre Moudin coming on. Well, Duna's been playing up right back during the second half. He's linked up well with Courtney Cameron, but we've seen the attacking prowess of Pierre Moudin this season. He's certainly a man to watch. His dancing runs into the penalty area have caused many a problem for United's opposition this season. Could it be about to bring a goal-scoring threat to the Red and Greens as they seek to round off their home campaign with 3 points? They've taken control in the last 5 minutes, but nothing to show for it as of yet. Dinsmore's throw over the head of Poxon. Crooks. Bridges runs onto it and tries to make his way into the penalty area. It's Bridges and deflected. Cross straight into the hands of Morris. He's saying, calm down, calm down. We've still got time, and they have got time, just 4 minutes of it. Booted clear by Morris. Snape nodded on towards Courtney Cameron. Cameron brings it down. Overlapping run from Pierre Moudin. It's still Courtney Cameron though. The threat of Moudin has allowed Cameron some space. It's Courtney Cameron! Crossbar! And over the goal. That's twice in the last 2 minutes that Coventry United have come within inches of an equaliser, but it hasn't quite come. You have to think if they keep on getting closer and closer, eventually it's got to find the net, but time is running out. Connor O'Keefe to take the goal kick. With 3.5 minutes of normal time, I have to say about 2 minutes of added time as well. Not many stoppages, I have to say, apart from the substitutions. Hammond. Poor clearance by Brennan. That's Glasgow. Cameron, back to Glasgow. Tried to switch it to the left-hand side, but Hammond overran it. Trotman tries to get it away. Trotman slides in, just about finds leg. Now Langford. Glasgow does well to snatch the ball from Rankin. Hammond, he'll just keep it in under pressure from Legg. And Legg's won it back. Legg stumbles, and that looked like a stumble rather than a foul from Hammond. And Hammond blocks the quick free kick attempt from Elliot Legg. And the referee diffuses the tension. Less than 3 minutes of normal time to go. As we get set for another set-piece routine. This time it's going to be Poxon to take it. But into the area. Brennan across the face of goal, and that has been called as a free kick to Coventry United. Morris lines up his kick with just 2 minutes of normal time left. Morris boots it away. Cameron doesn't jump for it, but it's going to be a free kick Coventry United with Cameron's arm being pulled by the left back, Alex Dinsmore. Poxon not happy about it, talking to the referee, but the ref doesn't want to know, and now Courtney Cameron sizes another attempt up. He's probably a little bit too far out to go for goal himself, although O'Keefe is leaving that right-hand corner rather open. Ison's header deflected wide. And it's in fact gone out for a goal kick. Looked like he took a deflection on the way through, but it's going to be a goal kick as we enter the final minute of normal time. Wouldn't expect too much added time, so it looks like we are headed for a very rare blank scoreline to end the Coventry United era at Spinks Drive. Hammond nods it forward, looking for Prinzel. And Prinzel thought it was a United ball. In fact, he's a little bit of a push in the chest there from Elliot Legg. Those two certainly won't be sending Christmas cards to each other. But it is a Loughborough throw. Trotman to take it. Up line. Looking for Crooks. Out of play at the leg of Ben Balance. Looks like United just trying to run the clock down. So it appears the win is fading away. Legg turns away from Hammond. Langford, and that touch was a little too heavy. And Richmond Morris with a light jog to go and get the loose ball. As we get set for the final push towards the final whistle. After a very busy Easter weekend. Morris clears towards the head of Cameron, over the head of Cameron and head forward by Dinsmore, but Ison puts it back forward. Dinsmore tried to get a foot on it. It's punted away by Bridges. Dinsmore again. Ison finds Cameron on the halfway line for Coventry United. Now Decory, I'm out of the match. Langford gets stuck in there. Tries to play forward for Crooks, and Coleman plays it back to Rich Morris. And that one is going for a throw into Loughborough. Time running out. Loughborough could do with the points here as they seek to survive relegation. And the referee instructs Dinsmore where to take the throw. Poxon. Glasgow tries to make the challenge on Rankin. And they're forced Loughborough into an error here. Here's Moodim. Out wide to Cameron. He's been caught up by Tom Rankin. A side challenge which asks for a Coventry United throw. We've had 1 minute of added time. Ison. Short pass to Cameron. Cameron wasn't expecting it. He's just able to bring it under control. Tries to spin out of Dinsmore's challenge. Still Cameron. Tries to find John Decory. And the chase is on now for Poxon as Loughborough tries to steal all 3 points. But the ball down the left-hand side intended for Crooks falls to nothing. And Rich Morris volleys that one clear. Over the head of Prindle towards Snape. Brennan heads it up rather than out. And Trotman puts it into danger as he heads it towards the penalty area. O'Keefe was there to pick up the pieces, and Snape doesn't get the opportunity for glory. In fact, he hasn't had a shot all game since coming on. It's been a very quiet game, to be honest with you. Very few opportunities. Second half has been marginally better than the first. I don't think this game will be leaving the Coventry United faithful begging for more as they're heading to the summer. On this, the final home game of the season. Brennan's up for it. Glasgow tries to bring it back to Coventry United, and a free kick against Jack for an elbow on Tommy Glasgow. United want to take it quickly. Decory is going to leave it for Rich Morris. This will surely be the last chance. We've had 2.5 minutes of added time as Morris gets ready to punt this one forward. Every United player except for Morris inside Loughborough's half. Morris punts it forward. Who's there? It's a free kick given against, I think it was Jamie Coleman for a foul on Brennan, and now Morris has got to jog his way back to his goal line. And United, rather unsportsmanlike, throwing the ball away from Loughborough. That should be it. That's 3 minutes up. As some fans are making their way to the exit after a unspectacular end to the home season for Coventry United. That's gone out for a throw. Moodim is going to lead that one for Lewis Ison. One of those jet-propelled long throws. There it goes. And the full-time whistle brings to an end the red and green era at Spinks Drive. Not quite the ending that Coventry United would have wanted to give their home of the past 24 months. But the next time Coventry United will play a game at Spinks Drive will be at their new home. The next time United play a game in Coventry, that is, they will be at their new home, the Butts Park Arena, just down the road. We'll be back here next season as the opposing team for the derby against Coventry Spinks. So it's not goodbye, it's just see you later to Spinks Drive. And of course, thanks for the memories to this great little ground. The final score here at Spinks Drive for the final time is Coventry United 0, Loughborough Students 0. Let's take you through some final scores from around the grounds as we prepare to sign off for the final time at Spinks Drive. The Premier League game between Middlesbrough and Arsenal obviously hasn't started yet. In the Championship, one full-time score to bring you Fulham 3, Aston Villa 1. In the latest scores, Barnsley 1, Brentford 1, Birmingham 0, Burton 2. That's a huge result for Burton if they can hold on to that win as they seek to avoid relegation. Blackburn 1, Bristol City 1. Doesn't really do anything for either side in their quest for survival. Brighton 2, Wigan 1. So turnarounds there for Wigan. They did equalise, but Brighton now 2-1 up. So they just need... They are up. Cardiff 1, Nottingham Forest 0, Ipswich 2, Newcastle 1. Another defeat for Newcastle. Leeds 0, Wolves 1. Final score from Deepdale, Preston 1, Norwich City 3, QPR 1, Sheffield Wednesday 2. And there is a turnaround at Majeski Stadium as Reading have beaten Rotherham by 2-1. In League 1, Sheffield United 3, Bradford City 0. AFC Wimbledon 0, Peterborough 0. Bristol Rovers 1, Oldham 0. Charlton 3, Gillingham 0. Fleetwood 1, Millwall 0. Northampton 1, Shrewsbury 1, Oxford 2, Port Vale 0, Rochdale 2, Coventry City 0, Scunthorpe 3, Chesterfield 1, Southend 0, MK Dons 2, and Walsall 1, Swindon Town 1. And finally League 2, Cheltenham 2, Grimsby 1 to final score, as are Leyton Orient 2, Hartlepool 1, and Plymouth 6. Newport County 1. The latest scores from League 2. Accrington 1, Crawley 2, Barnet 0, Wickham 2, Cambridge 1, Exeter 0, Carlisle 1, Stevenage 1, Doncaster 0, Blackpool 1. A surprise result there at Keep Moat. Mansfield 1, Luton 1, Morecambe 1, Colchester 1, Notts County 1, Portsmouth 2, and Yeovil 3, Crewe Alexandra 0. And that will do us for the final time here at Spinks Drive. Next time we come to you from the proud city of Coventry, we'll be just down the road at the beautiful Butt Park Arena. But for now, from Spinks Drive, until we meet again, this is Liam Cook signing off. We'll be back next Saturday as we begin the final stretch to the end of the season away from home against AFC Wolfrunians at the Castlecroft Stadium. We'll be online from 2:45 next Saturday. We hope you can join us for that live on YouTube. But until that time, I've been Liam Cook. Stay safe, stay sporty, enjoy what's left of your Easter weekend, and we'll see you next weekend.